Hey, friend, welcome to the podcast. You Are Significant, the podcast where you will hear real stories from real people, and we will get down into the truths of your own significance. You were created on purpose for a purpose with seeds of greatness inside of you. Now, let's get down to it. Welcome, Mary Springer, to You Are Significant. So glad that we can be on together today. Really, Mary and I are such good friends. We've already been visiting a few minutes before hitting record, and we finally were just like, okay, we just have to hit record because we could just visit all day. And we haven't had a chance to like catch up like girlfriends in a while. And I met Mary really Align with Brooke Hemingway, her event Align Unstoppable or Align Limitless.
Yes.
Not this January, but January 23. We were able to both be on the volunteer team at the same time. And I just fell in love with Mary, getting to know her more. She is a bomb. So much fun and so much energy, but she's not afraid to like ask you a direct question. And so I just love your personality, Mary, and how God has created you for such a big purpose. And when Mary comes into a room, she just shines. So glad to be here together today.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. So I wanted to get started right away and let Mary share, just sort of talk about the beginning and kind of a little bit about your childhood and how life was.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you for inviting me here. I'm so honored that you invited me here and we had time to catch up because life's busy, you know. But you're talking about me having energy. I felt your energy as you walked into that Airbnb and I was like, who is Darlene? I still remember the outfit you were wearing, that like trucker hat. You're like in bling. This is Darlene. I want to get to know her. So you're a
God
beautiful
brings
soul.
like people together and it's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
I love that.
Absolutely. So a little bit about my childhood. Oh my goodness. There's a lot to unravel. I've had a lot of loss. I've had a lot of just traumatic experiences, a lot of sexual abuse, verbal abuse, coming from, a Korean background. The elderly people kind of rule the world. They rule the family dynamic. They get the family together. And there was a lot of hatred towards me from my grandmother. And so there was a lot of physical abuse there. And I wasn't allowed to play with my sister and my cousins. I was like helping out. I used to say this when I was younger. I don't really say it much now, but if you were to think of like the Cinderella story, it was kind of like that. I'm helping around the house, cleaning the house. I wasn't allowed to, play, but very targeted by my grandmother.
What do you think that was about?
Oh man. I mean, being a coach now, and reflecting on myself now, I think there was a lot of demons, a lot of, it's a reflection on her, and what she was battling inside. Also, there was a lot of, she disliked my mother. So I looked a lot like my mother. And so there was that correlation as well. And so, as I got older, I really had to learn to love myself, learn to like love the external parts of me the way that I look, because I didn't understand when I was a little kid why I look like my mother and there's so much hatred, So it's like there was always this question, what's wrong with me? Why do I look this way? Why do I not look different? And so there was that aspect growing up. And then the one person that I loved so much was my mom, and she left when I was 7, just disappeared out of nowhere. And then my sister died. She passed away when I was about 9, and that was totally unexpected. Um,
Mm.
yeah, and then my
Did
father,
she get sick, or did she
well,
get sick, or what happened?
yeah, she was running the um I don't know if every state does this, but they do the presidential national physical test.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
she was doing that. She was running the mile and she had some underlying heart condition. We're still unsure. They did a bunch
Mm.
of autopsies and they couldn't figure out what it
Wow.
was. And I think her heart just failed. Um,
Mm.
yeah, the crazy part about that is she died on her birthday. Is
Wow.
that not a God thing or what?
Wow. So
Yeah.
she was exactly 9.
I was Yeah, I
You
was
were 9.
9,
So
she was
how old was she?
11. She was
11.
2 years older
Okay.
than me. Mhm.
Exactly 11.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, they just did that test yesterday. The neighbor kids stopped and told me they had just taken their presidential fitness test.
Oh gosh.
So it's this time of year that they do it. So,
Yeah, that's
wow.
crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Where were y'all living then?
So I was living with my mom and dad in the Seattle area.
Hmm.
Or not my mom, my sister and my dad in the
Hmm.
Seattle area.
Hmm.
Once my sister passed away, I never really had a relationship with my dad. I think he also had a lot of inner struggles. Looking back now, I think he had really severe depression. He ended up having MS later on, but I moved in with my grandfather. I didn't feel comfortable with my dad. It is I didn't want to be around him. Like I didn't have a relationship with him.
Hmm.
Um,
So
so
this was your grandfather to
my
by
dad's
your dad's.
father.
Okay.
Hmm.
So how did that, so you were closer to him, or how did that come to be?
Yeah, I wouldn't say close, but I always lived with while my parents were working, my grandparents were taking care of me.
Mm.
And so that's why I was around my grandmother and grandfather so much.
Mm.
They're the one that was raising us. And at this point, my grandmother has already passed away.
Mm.
So it was just my grandfather, and I just wanted to live with him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so
So how did that go? Did that go well or
I
bring
think
more
so. It was
trouble?
just, um, I looking back, I don't think there's any struggles. I definitely yearned for my mother. I yearned for that family, that safety,
Mhm.
um, that attention. Like I definitely yearned for that.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't say it was unsafe at my grandfather's, but I
But
only
you were
lived with
9?
him.
You were 9 when you went to live with him?
Yes, and only lived with him for a couple years. And at that point, he was getting too old. And so my aunt and uncle, based out here in Washington, Kennewick, Washington, they took me in because they couldn't have kids. Yeah. So they took me in.
So then they raise you till you were an adult, or
Yes, they raised me, put me through college. They helped me through college. And now they're pretty much my parents. Like, yeah, we have a really strong bond. Hmm.
oh,
Hmm.
that's so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like you said, lots of different changes and transitions through those
Hmm.
early formative years, and
Hmm.
even abuse, and trying, like, as a young child to just
Hmm.
understand, like, what's going on. And I think when abuse happens when we're young, um, sometimes when we're really young, we don't even realize it is abuse. We just think that's normal, and that
Right.
maybe that's what this is, just how it is. And we
Hmm.
don't realize there's other ways,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
until later. And then I think that's part of the beauty too of childhood is,
Yeah.
um, children tend to be happy even
Mhm,
if some bad things are happening. It's
mhm.
like they revert to joy. So
Yeah,
maybe they go through something hard, they cry, and then they revert to joy.
yeah,
Whereas as we get older, then it almost feels like the opposite. It's easier to revert to sadness or anger, or
absolutely.
those those fear-based emotions, and we have
Absolutely.
to be more intentional about reverting to love or elation or passion
Absolutely.
or even gratitude. I think in my mind, gratitude has become like the most foundational. I think peace also is like one of the most foundational love based
Uh-huh.
emotions.
Mhm.
But gratitude's such a great place to start because it's something I can do. It's an
Yes.
action as
Yes.
well as an emotion. And so I can choose intentionally to look at each day or even just in a moment where I'm like, wait, I need to switch. I'm in fear-based emotion. I'm
Yes.
anxiety. Well, let me
Yes.
think of what I'm grateful for right now.
Yes.
And
Yes.
even like yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, I guess now, I was walking, and I love this time of year because it's so pretty. It's a little chilly still in Alabama. We're going through all those little winters that we have, but a bluebird on
Oh,
my walk, what like
pretty.
flew past me and landed on this post, and I had to stop and just video this little bluebird for a few minutes. And I was just like, what a gift. And I'm going to write this
Mhm.
in my gratitude journal that I got to see a bluebird up close,
Mhm.
beauty of it.
Oh,
And I think, that has been such a powerful way to shift my emotions out of fear or the sad cycle. Sad is a cycle. And so to
mhm.
stay sad, we have to relive the sad story in our mind again and again.
Right.
A lot of times we're doing it subconsciously or without awareness, like, hey, did you know you could change that? Until
Right.
he
Right.
taught me, hey, did you know that if you're sad, you're doing this? And you can actually choose to redirect. And
Absolutely.
and so the
Absolutely.
bluebird was a way to like we can capture these moments that maybe in the moment I was already happy. I was on a walk, it was beautiful, but I can capture that moment with that
Mhm.
bluebird, and
Mhm.
then that can be give me energy to
Mhm.
redirect
Mhm.
to that moment
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
shift my mood. So what kind of things have you found that you use to redirect to love-based emotion from the things
Yeah.
you experienced in childhood?
I just want to say, though, how amazing it is that you are so present to
Mhm,
see the bluebird because a lot of us, especially in the entrepreneur world, we're
mhm,
so focused on, okay, what do I need to do next? Even when you're on a
mhm.
walk, right?
The
And that,
to-do list.
yes, yes. And so the fact that you're present and to see that bluebird is amazing. And that's why you're such a beautiful soul.
Such a gift. I give God the glory. I'm
Yeah.
so thankful for the people He's brought into my life.
Mm,
And,
mhm.
like between you and me, we've been mentored by Brooke, and
Yes.
she
Mhm.
does this and she teaches this. I do something called inner matrix systems. Joey Klein started that, and it's neurological training. And I
Mm.
practice it every day. We do a 20
Mhm.
minute practice.
Mhm.
And that has helped me to learn how to
Yeah.
redirect my emotions.
Wow. Wow. But going back to gratitude, I feel like we also need to be grateful for the emotions, like the sadness, the anger, or not just the joy, right?
Mhm,
And so that's something that I really teach my clients about is to allow it to come up.
mhm.
It's okay if it's like negative emotion because society's says, "Oh, if you're sad or crying, it's okay, don't cry." Like, no, I'm like, "Okay, cry. Good
That's
job."
right. You got to let
Yes. Yes, you got to allow it, but coming from a place from truly just allowing it instead of
have my granddaughter today, so
no,
it's real
you're
life.
good.
Keep going, girlfriend.
But truly just allowing it, and not the way that you stay out of like the sadness is um not being sad in a victim mentality. You're just
Mhm.
truly embracing and allowing, acknowledging, oh, I'm sad right now, and seeking information, right? I mean, why am I sad right now? How is this like? I try to tie it to what's really going on.
Mhm.
What is this tied to? Is it from a childhood experience that I
Mhm.
haven't quite released? And so I start seeking information. And once I start, you can just tell when you're being in victim mentality, because I used to suffer from really bad depression.
Mm.
And now I don't. I'm like, as I'm like seeking information, I like do like a stomp. I was telling one of my clients, I was like, name her Shaniqua or something. And like, there's something about it with your vibration. You just snap out of it and you
So
allow your conscious
name the
brain.
depression side of you
Yeah.
something.
Or
Is that
like
what you're
the
saying?
victim part
The
of
victim
you.
part of you?
Yeah, it's okay to feel sad, but you can feel the difference when you're being sad and in
Mhm.
victim.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's giving what you're saying, if I'm following, is give yourself permission to feel your
Yes.
feelings
Yes.
and really get to the root of like, what is this about?
Yes.
Instead
Yes.
of, my husband and I were actually talking about this yesterday because he's reading Atomic Habits and he was
Oh,
on
such a good
chapter
book.
10
Yeah.
and it was talking about cravings. And it said that when you're craving something, now I'm not going to quote it exact, but
Yeah.
when you're craving something, you're seeking something different in your life. And because I'm in
Mm,
recovery for emotional eating, and that is an ongoing recovery mode because I have
yeah.
to eat. I can't just say no more food.
Right.
So it's an ongoing learning experience to be in
Yeah.
recovery for emotional eating. And also for emotional eating, I'm always learning more about what are my emotions and
Right.
why am I doing what I'm doing? Is it emotional? And if I am feeling some kind of way that's triggering me to want
Yeah.
to go self soothe with
Yeah.
food, then what is this really about?
Yes.
And just
Yes.
learning to stop
Yes.
and just say, "Oh, okay, like what's going on?" and then allow that to process. And then for me, part of my journey has been learning other ways to soothe and move, process, but not like my old habit I fell into was process while I ate. So
Hmm.
eating the food was part of what was making me stop to give myself time to process.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of recovery of emotional eating is allowing myself to process, but I don't have to eat in order to give myself that time.
Yeah. You nailed it on the head, because I love the way that you frame that, because you're asking yourself questions. You're getting curious about yourself instead of beating yourself up in
Mhm,
this negative headspace. You're getting curious, like, oh, where is this coming from? But also allowing those emotions instead of suppressing it. And
mhm,
that's what we're so good at. And I got really good at, is suppressing it, but it always comes out. It always bleeds in your marriage, relationships, business. It's always going to come out. It's like if I'm like, Darlene, don't think about your nose. Don't think about your nose. Like, you're going to think about your nose. So it's like, you it's like, just allow it. Think about your nose. Like,
yeah,
allow it. Stop suppressing it, because it's,
that's powerful. Allow it.
yeah.
And to say that to ourselves, to say, "Hey, Darlene, just allow it."
Yes. And
There's
it,
some
yeah.
things that we're subconsciously taught as kids, like, "Suck it up, don't cry."
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
"We're in a store, stop, just
Yes.
we gotta go, we gotta hurry, we got this next,
Right.
hurry.
Right.
You can't be acting like that right now."
Yeah.
But as an adult, we have to say, wait, I need a minute. It's
Mhm.
okay to need a minute
Yes.
instead of like, well, let's just rush
Mhm.
through. And
Mhm.
that sort of leads into, I'm also in recovery for workaholic and having my
Mm.
identity in did I reach this goal? Do I have value because I reached this goal?
Wow.
My value is only up if I hit my goals. And so I've learned that my identity is not in reaching my goals. And God has really hammered that one home. And
Yeah.
I've had to learn, like, I've gone through a lot of learning in the last 2 years, especially of being okay with, I've had to, I don't know, it's almost like this pendulum swing of like not
Mm.
working that much, not quitting, but like
Yeah.
having to find
I
that
totally
happy
get
medium
it.
of like, well, wait, I still need to work. Because again,
Yeah.
with that addiction, it's you
Mhm.
still have to work. So trying
Absolutely.
to find like, well, what does this mean? If I'm not going to be a workaholic, what's the healthy side look like?
Right.
And there I have not really found a really great, there probably is out there, but I haven't found like a great resource to define all that. So probably need to write a book about that.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Uh-huh.
but for me, part of it has been allowing myself to have fun, because a lot of us as adults too, and there's some kind of connection. Would you agree, Mary, that there's some kind of connection between allowing ourselves to process our emotions and allowing ourselves to have fun?
Yes. Yes.
It's just
Yeah.
like maybe the connection is just simply that as adults, we don't oftentimes feel like we have permission to do either of those. There's
Right.
no time to process your emotions, just stuff it down, put it to the side.
Mhm.
I'll
Mhm.
deal with that later. I don't have
Mhm.
time. I got to go to work. I got to take care of the kids. I got to get somewhere. And just stopping and saying, you know what? It's okay if I want to do a jigsaw puzzle for an hour.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
that doesn't make me frivolous in my
Or
time,
lazy.
lazy,
Yeah.
avoiding. Like, there's all these labels that as ambitious, I want to say one percenters, I feel like
Mhm.
I'm in the one percenter category, um, you know, heading towards being a seven figure, eight figure, nine
Woo!
figure earner. These
Yeah.
seven-figure earners do a jigsaw puzzle for an
Yeah.
hour. Yeah,
Mhm.
because if we don't take the time to stop and do those things, where's your creative energy going to come from?
Right. Right.
Like, who wants to be around someone that only works and is
Right.
grinding it out all the
Right.
time?
Yeah,
No,
and I
I don't
that's
want
the
to be in my own skin that way.
no, no, and I think that's what sets the 1% apart is they prioritize the things that they love, but their health,
Mhm.
exercise, those important things that, fuel their mind. But yeah, have fun. And at a certain point, people realize, this is not the end all be all. My family comes first.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And self-care. I think
Mhm.
self-care has to come first,
Oh
because
yeah.
I
Yep.
can't even take care of my family if
Yep.
I am constantly letting myself go.
Yep.
And it's okay to set a boundary around that and say,
Yep.
look, I'm doing my jigsaw puzzle. I'm not getting up and cooking nothing for a while, or I'm not recording nothing, processing, inviting,
Yeah.
going for no. I'm just having some fun right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah, a puzzle is just, like, so relaxing. It's
relaxing.
therapy for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
let's go back to your story. So you got through college, and what did you go to college for? Talk a little bit about that phase of your life.
Yeah, so I ended up enlisting my sophomore year of college to help pay for school, and I went to school to be a nurse. And it's just crazy the mental struggles that I had in every chapter of my life. Like my past kept coming up over and over again. And I was not mentally tough. Like everything that I did was a struggle. I
Mhm.
feel like my army life was a struggle. Um, Doing ROTC, going to nursing school was a struggle. Um, and then I did a little bit of travel nursing and got married to my husband 4 years ago. I just love it.
She's like, "Can I go let the dog out?" And I'm like, "Not yet." We've got I think he's 9-week-old German Shepherd too.
Oh my God, I love
Yeah,
German Shepherds.
he's
I have one
black. He's
myself.
like he
Oh,
looks like a little teddy bear with pointy
oh,
ears.
oh my God, so cute, so
He's so
cute.
cute.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
so
Gosh,
please
what was I
continue.
continue? Oh yeah, so I went to nursing school,
Mhm.
graduated and commissioned into the Army as a nurse. And did that part-time and then worked full-time as a nurse. So I'm 9 years into it now, almost 10. I stopped
Woo!
counting.
Woo!
um, yeah. And then, started this business entrepreneur world and fell in love with personal development,
Mhm.
and learning to better myself, to be a better leader, better business partner, better person, better wife, friend, and just fell in love with all the, investments that I've made, time and both money. I've fell in love with coaching. And so here I am coaching other people to, you know, better themselves. So yeah.
Awesome. So talk a little
Yeah.
bit about your coaching too.
So I'm certified as a 180 method coach. I help people to stop dealing with life, dealing with things that continue to come up and bleed into like our marriage, our relationships, our business. It bleeds into everything.
Mhm.
And healing is so, so important. And so I teach people to allow, I don't want to give away too much, but teach people to allow their emotions, allow certain things, seek information, and stop this like vicious cycle. Everyone's like, I'm going to change 360 degrees this year. Like, no, that means you're leading yourself back to the same place, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
you're just pivoting, um, and you're starting to start healing and in a very natural way, instead of forcing things, instead of suppressing things, masking things, not being in an overly positive way, not in an overly negative way, but just in a very neutral space. But also, God is all over this 180 method. That's what this beautiful thing about it, because we need God in our healing journey. So, yeah, that's a little bit about the coaching that I do. Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. Well, when you went through 180, what did that free you up to be able to do that you weren't able to before? Like, I had never heard you talk about your childhood or your grandmother.
Mhm.
Was that something that you tried to just keep almost hidden? Or what did 180 method do for you that you weren't able to do before?
Yeah, I don't know if I hit it. I think I overly shared it in a victim space, looking for attention. I never really said that. A lot of this, I mean, I haven't really shared, but and
Oh,
I
thank you so
yeah.
much for sharing it today.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for, creating that space. I
Mhm.
appreciate it. But I was very depressed, very anxious. Um, I was a functioning depressed person, and again, it was because I was stuck in victim. I didn't know how. I would seek attention. Like, I would literally manipulate situations so that I would be the victim and so that I can be sad. It would bleed into our marriage. Like, oh, this happened to me when I was this age and, my childhood. That's why I am the way that I am. Like, I used to tell myself, this is who I am. This is who you married. Like, this is the friend that you have. Like, I'm never going to change. It consumed my life.
So your identity really was in what happened and then
Yeah.
how that you let it be, well, this is how that it shaped me and I can't escape it was kind of the mindset
Yes.
before the 180
Yeah.
method. So,
Yeah, and there was still a little bit of light inside of me that was like, there has to be a different way. There has
mhm.
to be an other side, like where I'm healing. But that, when I remember when I started the 180, I envisioned it as like, oh, the other side is this happy Mary that's thriving in her business. Nothing's going to go wrong. Um, but that's not how I see life anymore. You know, life happens, bad stuff happens, and we have to um, learn to be strong and learn to control our emotions and figure out our triggers and seek information, um, and learn from them, and give ourselves grace and not be so harsh on ourselves. um, but yeah.
Yeah, that's so, so powerful that this has been a method that helped you cross that bridge, because I
Mhm.
think so many people do feel stuck in sad or
Mhm.
anxious or
Yeah.
victim,
Yeah.
or, or even, it can progress, right? And
Mhm.
that's something I think a lot of times we don't look at when I want to use a strong word and say addicted to these emotional cycles.
Yes. Mhm.
We think we're just going to repeat it and things are going to stay the same. But just like in addiction to drugs or alcohol, the life is going downhill. There's
Yeah.
consequences for
Yeah.
staying in those patterns and not working to come out.
Right.
Emotional toxicity and emotional addiction to negative
Yes.
cycles,
Yes.
because
Yes.
it's identity. And it's like when I wake up in the morning, if I don't think about this and put this on, who will I be without
Mm,
it?
mhm,
And the
mhm.
fear of like, who will I be if I don't open this box and look at this sad story of my childhood, or even my present
Right.
that I'm living with
Yeah.
now, and be angry about it. If I don't put anger on,
Mhm,
in some people's
mhm.
case, or if I don't put depression on, what will I put on today? Who will I be? What
Right.
will my identity
Right.
be? Who will I
Right.
show up as? Will I
Mhm.
just be invisible? Will
Right.
I be nothing? Like, then the fear of like, well, I'd just rather stay the same
Mhm,
than to
mhm,
try to change it. And
mhm,
one man at church recently in our Bible study, he explained it a way I hadn't heard. And he said it's like being in a dark room where I'm huddled over here in the corner. He struggled with depression too.
mhm.
I'm over here in the corner and I see a door and I can see the light under it. The light is on in the hallway, but
Mm,
I'm I'm so scared of what is through that door.
mm.
I know what's, even though this is so hard in this
Yeah.
room in the darkness, huddled in the corner, but I know this. I know this. Whereas if
Right.
I go through that door,
Yes.
I don't know what's out there.
Right. Yes.
So, talking about the emotional courage it takes. So, the 180 method let you walk through that door into that light
Mhm,
and
mhm.
see what's there,
Yeah, it was
right? Are we
It
on
was
track?
hard.
Mhm,
Yeah, because I completely understand what that guy is saying at that church. It's like,
mhm,
this is what I've known, this is where I'm comfortable at, and I do have a little bit of light. I see that light. I can go through that light, but yeah, I don't know what's on the other side. And this is comfortable for me being in victim.
mhm.
But it also
I
helped me
know this.
yes, I
I
know
know.
this. My
This is,
body knows this.
yeah,
All my
my
experiences
nervous
know this.
system, my
Yes.
physical body.
Yes. Yes, and
My
so
family knows me like this, and if I
yes.
do this, I get certain things.
Yes.
Like you
Yes.
said, the attention. If I
Yeah.
have another surgery, I see people who almost seem addicted to surgeries. Like if I have another
Mm.
surgery, then I'll
Yes.
get petted or waited on or get some attention.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm fine or getting
Mhm.
by,
Mhm.
I feel abandoned because
Mhm.
everybody's busy and nobody has time. But if I have
Mhm.
another surgery, not to make fun of people, I'm not judging people that
Right, right,
need
right.
surgeries,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying we can become addicted to anything.
Uh-huh.
We can
Uh-huh.
set up these cycles where we feel safe and man, there's pain. I mean, surgery's hard. Therapy, pain,
Mhm.
medicine, all this stuff. But that's the dark room they're in that they know.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and what, my biggest takeaway from the 180 and is what I also teach is what's worked for you in the past, like, it was survival mode.
Hmm.
Whatever you've experienced, whatever you've been through, it was survival mode, and it worked for you. It
Hmm.
saved you. But as you come out of it and as you grow and become an adult and experience life, like, it doesn't work. That doesn't work anymore. It's
Hmm.
hindering your growth. It's hindering you from living out your purpose and you're sharing your message, and finding the journey within you. Like, it's like,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It
Laura,
doesn't work
Art's
anymore.
podcast. I love her podcast
Yeah.
too. So, how did you move into your significance? How did you cross over that bridge? You did the 180 method, but you've been moving towards your significance like by becoming a nurse. You
Mhm.
went in the military so you could
Mhm.
pay for getting your degree, and
Mhm.
then you became an entrepreneur, and you did
Mhm.
those things even before 180. So, there was this light within you,
Mhm.
this piece of light that just you kept following it. It didn't
Yes.
give up, and you were just searching for, like, what is my significance? I remember when we met, you were saying things like, I'm still finding what it is that God really wants me to do. Even finding God, because I was there through part of that journey with you
Yeah.
and finding Him.
Yeah.
And so, it's talk a little bit more about how you've been led to find your significance and even what you feel like you've discovered so far, because this is an ever evolving path
Yes,
that we're
it
on,
is.
where God shows us when we lean into that significance, He shows us
Mhm.
more ways to be significant.
Yeah, looking back at my life, I was so mad at God. I was
Mm.
so mad at him for putting me through experiences, negative experiences. I was so mad at him that I was like, he doesn't exist. I went through this like pendulum. Like, I went to church with my family, but I never really truly believed in him. Because I was like, why would he put me through all these experiences and all this loss in my life if he loved me? Um, and so, before going through the 180, I was trying to get pregnant too. And I'm still trying to get pregnant, but battling this infertility journey for 4 years. That was another way where I was like, "Ugh, of course, I'm victim, right? Of course this would happen to me. Of course God would put this in my life." Um, and then going through the 180, I can't pinpoint on one thing because it was like it ever evolving, one thing after the next. But looking back at my life, I'm like, God was always there. God was always protecting me. There was evil
Yeah.
around, but
Hmm.
he was protecting me to be where I'm at today and to have the confidence here to even do this, be on this podcast, start my own podcast, or to help other people and coach them through ways that they're stuck. Um, but I feel like I can't pinpoint one thing that's like, it's just like it was like evolving thing. Um, but I think 180 was truly the um thing that changed my life around, because from that I started my earring business. From that, using all these things that my identities that I took on that
I love
I'm
your earrings
I
too.
know I need to
You've got,
restart
I
those.
love it. You've
Thank
always
you.
found ways to shine your light and your love.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's from that, from graduating from the 180, like, I figure out my beliefs, and it was, I'm broken, I'm unlovable, and all of these things. And God put these experiences and this belief in my heart so I can help other people, so that they don't have to continue to feel that way. And so out of that came an earring business, like a clay earring business, and I just went for it. I didn't think about it. I didn't allow my brain to like shut down the idea. Um and I don't know, over the years, I've just love coaching people. I love telling them about my experience and that they don't have to be there. They don't have to be stuck there. And so I decided to get certified and invest in myself because I love myself and I love what I do. And so, um, over that question of how did I find out I was significant? I'm still searching for it, but I've come a long way than I was like 10 years ago, because I never would have. If Darlene was to ask me 10 years ago, can you come on my You Are Significant podcast? I'd be like, Darlene, I don't think I'm significant,
Mm,
you know?
yeah.
So
Even though you are, and you
I,
always have been. But that's the thing, is being able to see it, being able to see it in yourself. And I think that's such an important point, is that once we allow ourselves to see it, it's
yeah,
there. It's been
yeah,
there all along for
yeah.
you. But once we allow ourselves to see it, then we can begin to share it in an even bigger way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think in an external view, how do I explain this? The way that I knew I was significant is the way that I started treating myself. The way that I was fueling my body, the way that I was moving my body, the boundaries or the standards that I start setting for myself and for other people, you know? Um,
Mm-hmm.
that was a true, yeah, yeah. So,
A big shift.
oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm. I love you
So,
so much, Mary. Thank you for coming on today and sharing about your journey. And I'm so excited you've opened up your life and your heart to coach other people. And I have to say, getting to be with Mary at a line a couple of years ago, I saw this in you. And I mean, it was just obvious that God wanted you to be a coach, because you've always been so good at asking people questions that really help them answer important questions that move them forward in their life. And Mary, we all got in a circle with Mary at the house we stayed at together as volunteers, and we had this conversation that she was leading us in. And out of that conversation, so many of our lives changed at that night. So I just really encourage you, if you're looking for a coach, check out Mary Springer and get with her. And the 180 method is so healing and absolutely wisdom from God. And so I'm just so excited you've moved into 180 coaching.
yes, thank you for having me and creating this space where I can be authentic and share, be the first person to hear my full story. I've never really shared it to the world out there. So thank you for creating that space. And I'm so honored to be your friend and call you my friend. And you're just a sweet soul, someone that just enjoy or is so connected to the environment and takes time to look at bluebirds. And I just love it. It's just awesome.
Thank you for hopping on, and I can't wait to have you back as a return guest and
Oh,
hear
I would
more
love
of how
to.
God's revealing your
Yes.
significance. Thank you for tuning in to You Are Significant. I hope this episode inspired you to embrace your own God given purpose. If this episode inspired you and blessed you, would you please share it out with a friend who needs to be reminded of their own significance? And remember to hit subscribe. Until next time, remember to walk in faith, find the joy, and stand in your significance.